I was thinking to stop to play when I was in Brazil, because there is some things that is priceless, like when you have a son or daughter, to see the first steps of them,
Yeah.
you know. And then I remember my wife sent me a video of my daughter. Look, the first step of Stella. And then I say, I'm not there, you know.
Welcome to another episode of the Gents Talk podcast, coming from Miami at the Kimpton Epic Hotel here. I've got a very special guest with me, a Brazilian national team player, Gabriel Gubela. I pronounced it right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Really excited to talk to you, man. I've been following your story, and I just want to get to know who Gabriel is, the guy behind the soccer player that people see online, right? Okay. You're a family man, you're a businessman, you played at some of the highest levels in Brazil, and you're in Miami now. So I want to know, who is Gabriel? But maybe we start with your story. Where did you start, and then how did you end up here?
Okay, so it's my pleasure to be here with you guys.
Thank you.
So Gabriel is was a little guy, you know, with a dream to be a soccer player. You know, I have my father. He was a huge soccer player.
Brazilian legend.
Yeah, in Corinthians. So I had that passion since I was born, you know.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good to have him with me. You know, he teach me a lot. He's my example. He's my idol. You know. So
you grew up learning the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
Learning. I was with him everywhere, every game.
So you saw what it took to be a pro.
Yes.
From the very beginning.
Yeah. So on the friendly games that he played on vacation, I was with him. And then when I grow a little bit, I think 13, 14 years old, they put me to play with them, you know, so I saw in person
how hard it was.
how hard it was, you know.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was a very nice beginning. A very nice, my child. My time as a child was amazing.
Yeah. So then you moved into playing at the pro level.
Yeah.
And you started playing at some of the highest levels of soccer in Brazil.
Yeah.
When you started playing for the national team, at what point in your career did you know, I'm going to make it? I'm good enough to play at this level?
I believe that when they called me to go to the national team, it was 2005. It was the best time of my life.
How did you feel when you got that phone call?
Well, I felt like I made it, you know. It's hard, you know. As a right back in Brazil, I had Cafu, I had Michael, I had, at that time, Cicinho playing Real Madrid. So it was very hard to go to the national team.
Yeah.
But I did, you know. They call me before, actually. So normally when people, because in Brazil, I think every country is the same, but in Brazil, people do interview with the players at the day they call on television the national team, you know, the 22 guys. Yeah. So, but they call me before and say, so be prepared because you go to the game. And I was saying, oh my God, I was nervous, you know. But it was nice. It was very nice.
When you played in your first game as a pro?
My first game as a pro, bro, was in São Paulo Futebol Clube. And I didn't eat, no breakfast, no lunch.
You're so
I was
nervous.
Like nervous. And I call my father and I say, Dad, what now? What now? And then he say, just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy. You work so hard, you know, to be there at this moment. So enjoy the game. It was like that. At this game, they put me as a best player of the game,
Okay.
and we lost like a 3-1.
Okay.
But for me, it was good.
But not your fault.
No, it was not my fault. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
So when you look back on your career, because you retired, I think it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah.
So when you look back on your career, you played at some of the highest levels in Brazil. You played for the national team, but you never played for the World Cup national team.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you missed out? Like, are you okay now with the fact that you never played at that level?
I believe I was on that level, but the thing is, the way I play my game, you know, as a right back, it's hard to go to the national team because on the national team, the midfielders and the forwards, they are amazing, always. You know, at my time it was Ronaldinho, Kaká, Rivaldo, Ronaldo, only great players.
Yep.
So you don't need a right back, offensive right back as I play, you know?
Okay.
So,
You were more of a defensive right back.
huh?
Like you played more of a defensive.
No, I played more offensive.
Well, okay, right. So they needed the opposite.
Why? Yeah, at my my team, São Paulo, Fluminense, they needed right and left back offensive,
Yeah.
sides. I played as a winger
Yeah.
in São Paulo, Fluminense, right winger. So how I gonna play on national team as a winger? It's hard.
Right.
You can see Marcelo. You know Marcelo from Real Madrid.
Yep.
Now he plays Fluminense. So he always very offensive. It's hard for him on the national team. He never did like as he did on Real Madrid. They never gonna see Marcelo on national team the way they see Marcelo on Real Madrid. So
he had to
with me
change
it's the
his
same.
style.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
changed his style. So I had to change my style, and
Were you comfortable doing that?
nah, not really.
So you don't think you would have performed as well as you could?
Yeah, no, I chose to play my game, to
Yeah.
enjoy my game. Probably if I change my style, nah, it wasn't me,
Yeah.
That's why. So that's why I don't feel like, well, I didn't make it because I wasn't that good. I didn't make it because I didn't change my style of
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
That's why. If I could go back,
Would you do it differently?
I don't know. I really don't know.
The chance to play in a World Cup.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't change before the World Cup, and then when it started World Cup, I don't care. I go play my style. But yeah, it's hard to. I remember a time that I had a chance to go to play in Monaco in France, and then I spoke with the coach. The coach came to Brazil. I was in Fluminense. The coach came to me, and he says, "Okay, we want you there, but you need to change your style.
Yeah.
You need to be more defensive. There we play a line of 4. You have to be this guy.
Yeah.
Right defender. Normally you don't attack. You go until the half field, and then you have to
Stop.
And then I say,
It's not your style.
it's not my style, man.
Yeah.
Not my style.
Did you talk to your dad at the time about, changing up your style, the risk of playing in the World Cup if it's not your style and not being able to do it the way you wanted to do it? And
No, I didn't.
okay.
That is maybe was my mistake.
You think he would have tried to convince you?
I don't know. We never know now.
Did you find growing up and then competing at the national level, having the pressure of your dad's legend, did that ever affect you as a player, as a person?
It didn't affect me at all. Because, the thing is, he played in Corinthians.
Okay.
It was the the most, how I say, the most Corinthians in São Paulo was a derby, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
It was it was very hard for me as a son, as a Vladimir son, playing in São Paulo.
Yeah.
So people in Corinthians say, "What are you doing? You should play in Corinthians. So your dad is an idol here." And then I say, "Yeah, this is now my life." And then at the beginning was a little bit hard. And then after I start to play after my first game, then I show myself.
Yeah.
And then
So you
it's
became your
gone.
own man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
your
it's
own
gone.
player, your own person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like my style is
Yeah.
totally different. My father was defensive.
Okay.
My father, he normally went to the attack, you know, score goals, but it's different. It's totally
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
So when you got to that point and you were playing at the highest levels, then you came to Miami. Is that how, like, you were playing at the highest levels in Brazil and then you made the shift to come play in Miami? Is that
Yeah, I play in Europe as well,
in Europe as well?
and Spain and Greece,
Yeah.
and then I went back to Brazil
Okay.
for 5 years,
Yeah.
and then I came to Miami.
Why did you make the move?
I make the move because I had already house in here, you know, and I was thinking about to live in Miami, but I didn't know that it was so soon. And then I had 2 kids. I was thinking about them, you know. Brazil is hard to live right now, and when I moved here, it was hard already. So, and then I thinking about them, I say,
It was a family
I say to
decision.
my wife, yeah, let's go to Miami. I will play there for, I don't know, a couple of years. And then I can retire in Miami because, you know, the lifestyle here is nice. Is for the kids is amazing,
Yeah.
you know. They can grow with the English. There you can, you know, go everywhere and make a school here,
Yeah.
university. This is what I thought.
You have 2 kids,
I have 2,
boy and girl.
boy and girl,
How
Stella
old-
and Bernardo.
How
Yeah.
old is the boy?
The boy is 9.
9, and the
Yeah.
girl?
The girl is 12.
12. Being your father's son, having a father who played at such a high level, and then
Yeah.
you playing at such a high level, do you see your son going in that direction? Like following in his father's footsteps?
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Is there advice that your father taught you that you want to share with your son?
My father, he teach me how to be a man, you know.
Mhm.
So be a soccer player was another thing. So this is what I want to teach my son, to be a man, you know, with values, respect, you know. This is more important. If he will be a soccer player, it's on him. It depends
So
on
it's
him.
up to him.
100%.
No pressure
No
if-
pressure at all.
yeah.
Because it's hard, man. It's hard because
Well,
people
you know,
see
yeah.
people see only, you know, when you get rich, when you party, but it's hard because you have to be a part of your family
Yeah.
most of the time.
Okay, so tell me, what don't people know or see usually about soccer players? Because like you said, they see the parties, they see the money, they see the travel, the luxury, the
Yeah.
glamour. But behind the scenes, there's
A lot of
it's
things.
tiring, there's sacrifice.
Actually, people don't see nothing.
Yeah.
They see, you know, just the good view. But can you imagine, like, my family is in Brazil. Let's say that I still playing, right? And then my dad can die there, my mom as well. Am I not with them?
Mhm.
You know, so this has happened all the time. We travel everywhere to play, you know. I was thinking to stop to play when I was in Brazil, because there is some things that is priceless, like when you have a son or daughter, to see the first steps of them,
Yeah.
you know? And then I remember my wife sending me a video of my daughter. Look, the first step of Stella. And then I say, I'm not there, you know? This is
Fatherhood
hard.
is very important.
It
to you.
is.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some fathers that they don't give, they don't
Yeah.
care about it.
Yeah.
But I do. And then I'm start to thinking to stop.
Is there something you've learned now as a father that you appreciate more about your own father?
Yeah.
Like my dad used to say to me, or still says to me all the time, he's like, one day when you have a son, you'll understand what I was saying or talking about.
Yeah. But people are different, And I try to be to my son, to my children's, what my father, he couldn't give to me.
What couldn't he give you?
He was very professional. He was, focused on his career. So I never played soccer. Never is, never is too much. But I play very few times soccer with my father.
Really?
When I was young.
Yeah.
And then people always say to me, nah, you learn with your father. Of course. I do different with my son. I play with him like almost every day.
Yeah.
But my dad, he never played with me. And I understand that. And I'm not mad on him. Never.
Yeah.
Never. I know he loved me. He gave me everything that I have, as a man, as a person. But I try to do different. Like on tournaments when I was young, my dad saw the games a few times, And I tried to do like last year, my son is supposed to play a final of his tournament here in Miami. And the same day that the birthday of my dad,
Okay.
And then what I did,
You went to your son's tournament.
I left. Dad, I love you so much. I love you, but I need to go, man.
Yeah.
Are you leaving? Yeah, man, I have to. I can't.
Yeah. So it seems like the things that, your relationship with your father was good, but there was that missing element that you're trying to make sure exists with your children.
Yeah, sure.
And it wasn't because he was bad. It was just
No.
because he was focused in a different direction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I saw some like documentaries that says that people who live for the career, as Albert Einstein. I saw Albert Einstein, Aretha Franklin, and Pablo Picasso.
Yep.
They're the same. Focus on career. So family is always second.
Yeah.
Second plan. And that's why I think my dad, achieved like the highest level.
Career first.
Career, yeah, first.
Do you feel that would you have played soccer if it wasn't for your dad? Do you think that you played soccer because you wanted to impress your dad?
No, never.
It was for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was always something that, you did it because you loved it. You wanted to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that I was born with a gift,
Yeah.
Maybe it's genetic. But I think that I was born with this gift to play soccer. And I did. I make it.
So you moved to Miami. You're retired.
Yeah.
You're doing some coaching.
Yeah.
But you've got your hand in several other pots. You've got businesses and projects.
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
I build a sport that I say, that calls food table.
Okay.
Have you heard about it?
Yep. Yeah.
So I build this sport that is really nice. It's growing a lot in Brazil. That we play with a ball and a table.
Is it the table kind of like the ping pong table?
It's smaller.
Smaller. Okay.
Yeah, like a table of a bar.
Yeah.
Just a square.
Yeah.
Small one per one, and we play as a ping pong. The
But
ball
with a
have
soccer ball.
with the soccer ball. Yeah, the ball have to hit the table.
Yeah.
And go to the opponent. Yeah. If we play one against one, have from 1 to 3 touches to give you the ball back. Yeah. So the ball have to hit, and then you take the ball. It's a really nice game, fun game. It's growing a lot in Brazil.
So you started this?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's growing.
It's growing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's growing. You see this on the foot table in the Olympic Games. Trust me.
Okay.
This is our goal, because we have to dream, we have to dream big.
Yeah.
If not, why should I do this?
Yeah. So you're thinking long term, you want to grow this game globally.
If we don't go to the Olympic Games, we tried hard, And then I have a company of clothing in Brazil, a brand calls the Saint Mafia.
Okay.
It's really nice as well. I love this kind of style, crazy.
It's a dope style.
Fashion shows. Yeah. When sometimes I call Neymar and then I say, bro, there is a fashion week in Paris. I need to see some stuff because, bro, my head is burning. I have some ideas.
You and Neymar are close.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah.
You're very close, yeah.
What's that relationship like?
Like a brother, bro. Like a brother, yeah.
How did it start? Yeah.
I was playing in Brazil 2005, and then I had a friendly game in Santos. It was his city. He started on Santos, and he was 12. I was playing with a soccer cleats that before the World Cup, Ronaldo is supposed to play with the yellow Nike soccer cleats, and that they sent to Ronaldo, probably to Brazil, wrong size of the cleats. And then they had only this one. When I met the guy, because I was sponsored by Nike, and then I say to the guy, I'll give it to me, come on. Then I say, all right, I give it to you. So I was the only one who has these cleats before the World Cup, the yellow one. Yeah. Everybody said, no, give it to me. The other players, they ask Nike to send to them. And then I said, I can't. So why, Gabriel? I don't know. And then he came to the locker room after the friendly game. And he asked me for the shoes. Can you give me these shoes? And then I told him, I can't. I have only these yellow shoes. But I present him the Nike guy, to send him clothes and cleats and everything. That's why we met the first. And then we became friends. After
since
5 years, he
became the Neymar that people know now.
Yeah. And then after.
But you always knew.
Yeah. When I met him, when I met him later, I told him, bro, now my contract with Nike is, ending. So he tried to please send me some stuff. Send me whatever you want. And I say, of course. You remember that cleats that you gave me?
Yeah.
It's on my house. We have a very good relationship.
So for anyone who's watching on video, we had to do some lighting adjustments. So thank you for bearing with us. But you were talking about the sensation, how you're never going to feel that again.
Yeah.
That sensation, when you lose that, sometimes you lose yourself.
Yeah.
How did you reconcile that? How did you deal with it?
This is a very important question, because most of the players, I believe that, not most of the players, but I know a lot of them that felt like the pressure, the pressure. Yeah.
Depression.
Depression.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
after they finished.
Yeah. because you can find nothing to give you the same sensation. My dad suffered with that, for sure. He never
said it.
He never said it, but 100%, 100%. And this is hard, man. I try to not to put on my kids this responsibility to take this, out of me, but I try with them to help me. You understand what I mean?
Yep.
I try to.
Did you feel
What?
depressed?
No, I don't. I don't. I miss a lot. I dream. I have a dream, like not almost every night, but too many times that I'm changing my clothes, at the locker room, and playing, practicing. It's crazy. This is very crazy.
So a part of you still holds on to
Yeah,
that life.
I believe so.
What advice would you give other soccer players who've retired or finished playing and are missing it and are struggling with it?
This is the thing. I can't give any advice because I didn't find myself yet. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Normally, I heard before to stop to play that you have to be prepared. You have to prepare yourself like 5 years before to stop. But you can it's like if you're gonna die, or if you're gonna lose someone from your family.
It still hurts.
I know there is my mom have a cancer, she's gonna die. I don't know when, but maybe in 2 years, maybe 3. I know that she's gonna die. But when she die, it's gonna hurt the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So this advice is hard to give because I really don't know. If I knew, it was much easier for me.
is coaching something you do to stay connected to the game?
Sorry?
Coaching. So is coaching something that you do right now to stay connected to soccer?
Yeah, I think everything that I, do with soccer, like including the friendship with the soccer players. I'm always watching games, live on the stadiums. Make these connections live,
Yeah.
but it's hard. It is hard. It is hard. And then I know that my son is gonna feel the same. This is crazy,
Yeah.
Man, I
Do you
never
talk to
gonna
him
say,
about this?
huh?
Do you talk to him about
Not
this?
yet. He's too young.
Yeah.
He's too young. He don't gonna understand. Now he just wanna go. I wanna be a soccer player. Bah. And then okay. And then with my friends, we went to Neymar's house. We spent a week on the vacations now, in summertime in Brazil. And we spent a week there. Can you imagine? He was like, oh my God. Come on, Neymar, let's play soccer. And he was injured. We couldn't play with him.
Yeah.
But we did the practice together, at the foot volley field.
Yeah.
And he was like, kicking the ball. Yeah, it's a dream.
That must be an incredible experience for him.
Yeah.
And I imagine for your son, playing with Neymar is what it was like for you playing with some of your dad's teammates.
Yes. So when I was young, I used to play with Rivelino. I don't know if you remember him, but Rivelino. So huge players that played with him on Zico on national team. So it was like amazing. Ademir da Guia, another huge player in Brazil. When I remember when after, I went to school the day after. And I was saying to my friends, I was with this one, and I say, oh my God, I don't believe that. No, I'm gonna tell to my dad. Yeah, it was a very nice time.
So, okay, I got one more question for you. If you can go back in time
Come
and
on,
talk
man.
and
You
talk to,
always with go
I-
back in time. We can't do that.
but what advice would you give young
who?
Gabriel?
A young Gabriel.
Yeah. What advice would you give your younger self?
I believe that to be more maleável, como é que eu vou falar, hein? To be more flexible. Yeah. With everything. More flexible.
And if younger Gabriel walked into this room, looked at you, and heard your story, would he be proud of who you are today?
In general,
Sure, yeah.
the mission, the purpose that I have in my life, this purpose, I believe that he'll be proud of me, like to help people. This is one of the things that I feel that is my mission, you know.
Yeah.
This one, and if he don't like it, go to hell, man. This is me. This is 100% me. So, but I believe that probably this.
He'd be proud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing.
I need to help people, man. This is my mission.
Well, Gabriel, thank you so much for coming.
I thank you, man.
Thank you for sharing your story with me.
It's nice because, you know, you make me remember things that I can't forget, but it's nice to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you felt comfortable to share your story. And you're an awesome person, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, man.
Keep helping the people that you want to help. And I'm pretty sure younger version would be proud of the man that's sitting here today. And the future version will look back and be proud of what you're doing for your future self and for your children and your family. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your time. Thank you for talking to me. And I really appreciate it. And I wish you nothing but success. And I can't wait to see that game in the Olympics. What's it called?
Foot table.
Foot table.
Yeah.
Foot table will be in the Olympics. Which Olympics? Pick one.
I
What
don't
year?
know. After, not the next,
But the one after.
one after.
Okay.
Let's see.
I believe it.
I'm gonna work on that.
Gabriel,
Thank
thank you, brother.
you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.